Yo, what's up, everybody, man? Y'all know who this voice is, and y'all know why we here. Because we here live for the Fade Hour, man. Go ahead and put down your remotes, your electronic devices. After you click, what you got to do to subscribe to Ringside Rave and listen to us live tonight. I'm the golden voice on Maul. I got my style with me as usual. I got my cast of bandits with me, and I'm gonna step aside and let them go ahead and introduce themselves, and we're gonna jump right into this thing, Royal Rumble style.
What up, world? This your boy News, representing Ringside Rave all day. Y'all know what it is with me, man. I'm lying. I'm turned. I've been drinking since 7. Fade hour been started. Happy hour. That's what I should call this show.
Oh.
Y'all know what it is with me, man. Got the Ciroc, so I'm turned up to the top. Rhymes coming all day. Let's get it.
What up, y'all? It's your boy Smoke from at Free Smoke Boxing, aka the Tupac Supply Chain. Normally, I'd be talking about all these exotic weeds and beers that I got, but just got water tonight, so let's get to it.
Yeah, what's good, y'all? It's Pat Scorp, the New England representative. And as always, I got my trusty glass of Merlot with me. Because I got to wash down this dinner, which is the same as yesterday because I eat leftovers. I'm not that high maintenance. So let's get it.
Yeah.
What up, y'all? This is your boy P. You already know, repping Ringside Rave, Bodega Boxing. And as always, unfortunately, Smoke stole my thunder today because I'm the waterman around here. I'm staying hydrated.
Yo, P, I never thought you would admit it, but you are the waterman for the show.
Yep.
Ringside Rave's Adam Sandler.
I like that.
Hell yeah. Yeah, man. Hey, shit. I guess I'll kick it off and then we'll just go from there, man. I just want to ask y'all.
Wait. First, what are you drinking on, man?
Oh, man, you know I got a coffee stout ranging close to 13%. So you know your boy,
Hey,
I'm on it.
13%. That's what. Hey, beer that's not in double digits in terms of alcohol content. You got throw it to the side, man. You know.
Yeah, I love this, man. It's a 22 ounce too, so I might chug it for the fuck of it. So
Rhymes coming off the top all day.
Yeah. No, I wanted to get y'all opinion on what if it was up to y'all, what criteria would you guys use to be inducted into the Boxing Hall of Fame? I know all resumes are created differently. Way you win a belt created differently and whatnot. But like I said, if you guys had to set a criteria that a boxer had to meet to make it into the Boxing Hall of Fame, what would they be?
Quality of win, length.
That's subjective though.
Depends. That's division by division or generation.
I would say one for me is that you have to be a 2-division weight champ.
No, you don't.
Or you have to be a heavyweight, or you have to have dominated your weight class for like 10 years.
Nah.
In order to be a Hall of Famer?
Yeah.
Yeah, in order to be a Hall of Famer for me, I'm not going to say, well, let's see.
Number one,
I'm not gonna say for my scale, you won't have to dominate because of course some Hall of Famers still take L's. You know what I mean? That's when I separate the Hall of Famers. Actually, that's when I separate Hall of Famers into that elite class, the all-time greats. You know what I mean? That's the little higher level of Hall of Famers. But I would say for me, for a Hall of Famer, you got to at least have won in this era. You had to at least be a 3-time champ, minimum. 3-time champ minimum. Like you got 4 belts in the division. You couldn't win one 3 times. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I mean that's almost. Just think about it, Smoke. Unifying a division. You get unified division. You got 4 belts already. You a 4-time champion in one division. You can't get 3.
We're talking about the WBC, the WBA, the WBO, and the IBF, correct? We're not talking about the IBO, the NABF, NRTQ, XWYZ, USA version.
No, not at all.
We're talking about the 4 core.
Right, the big 4.
And so on top of that, I like that one. You also have to have 2 signature wins. And by signature wins, I mean something Yeah, 2 signature wins. So because you can have a situation where mute your mic for a second, where you could have someone like, I'm not a huge fan of the dude, but he's a Hall of Famer. You have someone like Triple G, right? And he's dominated his division for a long time. He's won, I think, almost every belt in it. But what's his signature win? Right? And what's his second one? And I'm not picking
I know
on
you're not
Triple
knocking
G.
him. You just asking, right? You just
Yeah,
asking.
yeah. So, like, some people might say the draw versus Canelo. Okay, you know, that's not technically a win or whatever. But I'm saying, like, you need, like, 2 things where people can be like, yo, man, fucking Smoke showed out that night. Yeah, we're definitely putting him in the Hall of Fame.
So what about somebody like Broner?
4-time champion, 4 different divisions. Youngest boxer to ever do it.
No, he's definitely not a Hall of Famer to me.
He really is a Hall of Famer, but they don't want to put him in it. He really is, because
he hasn't dominated one of his divisions. Not one. The closest he has, he didn't unify it at 135.
You don't have to unify a division to be a Hall of Famer.
He only got 1 belt in that division. He didn't even attempt. He's not a Hall of Famer because he has not dominated one division. He's gotten belts in them, yeah, but he hasn't dominated it. And that's a criteria. Like, you gotta dominate a division. He could have done it at lightweight, but he didn't stay long.
Broner to me is a hard maybe.
Y'all was scared. Y'all didn't want AB to stay at 130 and 135. Remember when he was there, he needs to move up. He needs 147. I remember all the combos from 2013.
Was that?
I didn't say that. I said he needed to unify. I said he
can't make weight. He can't make weight. He's eating candy.
Discipline.
He could have made 135. He made 135 at like 30 years old versus Mikey Garcia. 140 versus Mikey Garcia. He still could have stayed at 135 at 22.
I wanted to get P's opinion on, like, what would be his criteria for you to enter in your Hall of Fame.
I mean, you have to have. I feel like first and foremost. I mean, maybe not first and foremost, but I feel like you do have to have some sort of impact, like whether it be like through fame or just. I mean, I wouldn't even say that. But like, it's so hard. That's why I'm saying, like, I'm really trying to think about because a lot of it is subjective.
Right, because like I said, everybody shit is different. Everybody gets to the end differently.
Okay, yeah. I don't mean to cut you off. I have a good example. Chocolatito, Hall of Fame or not? Roman Gonzalez, Chocolatito, Hall of Fame or not?
Yes.
Everyone
I think he's a Hall of Fame.
He did dominate a division.
Listen, man. They don't make the weight scale for my Hall of Fame.
I knew it
gotta be 126 or higher to make my Hall of Fame.
For listening public, News is not a big fan of the little man division. You know,
it's hard, man. I can't visualize somebody that small in real life. Like, I'm just not around people that small.
Quadra, stop ducking.
Like, you like 5'2", 108 pounds, 112 pounds. Like, man, come on, man. My son bigger than you. My son is 5'3", 120 pounds, and he 10.
I'd say yeah.
He can go against Chocolatito next weekend. And he's 10 years old. I couldn't imagine fighting my son. That's what I'm saying. Like,
yep, got them all. Got the scrubbies and everything.
All right, see you tomorrow, man.
See you tomorrow.
Go ahead and finish up, P.
But yeah, so I think that, Mal, that's a great question, because everyone's gonna have something different on it.
Right. Eric, like I said, resumes are built differently. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and shit. I think right now the problem with the Boxing Hall of Fame is that, you know, they're kind of like a broken door. Everyone gets in.
Yeah, like the one person who I don't think should have ever went in there is Arturo
Gotti, Ward.
Make no mistake, I love watching Gotti fight. Gotti had in the 90s to the 2000s, dude was a highlight reel, win or lose though. But mostly he got in because of his unfortunate passing, and then of course the bloody fights he had, the fight of the years he had. He had numerous of them, and never knowing the fact that his title runs weren't anything to speak of, really.
So Arturo Gatti a Hall of Famer, but AB ain't.
No,
I don't even think Arturo Gatti would beat AB at 135 or 140.
I think both of them are Hall of Famers. That's not.
I don't think Arturo Gatti would even beat Adrian Broner at 140 or 135.
Ooh, that might
he wasn't
be a
better than Adrian Broner, but he's a Hall of Famer.
Whole question, dog.
I'm getting straight to it, man. It's Ciroc that made me get right to the point.
That
man.
might be a poll question, though.
That would be a good ass fight.
Arturo Gatti wasn't better than Adrian Broner. He was used to taking punishment. When he was gonna hit Adrian Broner with a body, one of his left hooks to the body.
Gotti was actually a better boxer than most people,
I mean, the thing
against about
Scrubs.
Scrubs. I mean, and I'm not disrespecting the dead because I'm not talking about him personally. I'm just talking about his boxing abilities. He's a club fighter.
His boxing was on point, especially when Buddy McGirt actually reined in some of his wilder shit after the war fights. I mean, like Leonard Duran or Jesse James Leah. I mean, those are people that he would lose to if he didn't have any boxing skill, and he KO'd both of them. So
I think probably his best. Probably one of his best wins is probably Patterson's son.
Yeah, Patterson. Yeah, Tracy Harris Patterson. Yeah, like he had boxing ability, but unfortunately for him, he just had to brawl with some niggas, man.
Who did he beat?
Floyd Patterson's kid.
That's my point. And he a Hall of Famer. Arturo Gatti is in the Hall. Arturo Gatti is in the Hall of Fame for the same reason that Mankind is in the Hall of Fame for the WWE. She's known for taking the beating.
Whoa!
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm getting right to it, man. We got the fade out. It's the Rave-Mix, man. I got to keep it real, man. Arturo Gatti's a Hall of Fame person to come in and take the L, bro.
Nah. Let's not desecrate the legend that is Mick Foley. Come on.
All right. Yo, so I got something.
He did take them legendary beatings, man. I don't know who left the ring bloodier, Arturo Gatti, Mick Foley, or Ric Flair.
Pat, you and News kind of grew up in the era of like shit going wild at hip hop clubs back in the day, right?
Yes,
when 3-6 Mafia, Tear the Club Up came out and all that.
Numerous
stuff.
Fights, man. It was
so
time.
Hold up.
You can ask to the sound of the beat, man.
So. What's it called? What is your guys, and this is for everyone, what is kind of like, and Pat, this is especially for you because you used to be a bouncer, I think. What is your criteria for someone being too drunk to be at the club? For getting tossed out.
Them dudes is always falling.
Yeah.
Like, sloppy, drunk ass down somewhere.
Right.
Yeah, like, can't even talk, dude. You was a mumble rapper back in the 90s before we even knew what mumble rappers were. I went in the club then, but early 2000s, you had them dudes coming in there with the mush mouth, bro.
Yo,
what? Get out of here.
Smelling like it. Smelling like Hypnotic and Henny. Smelling like Incredible Hard. Smelling like Incredible Hard.
Shout out to Hypnotic and Jose.
Yeah.
Yo.
And but I remember from my bouncer days. Like if a cat got too drunk, I mean it depends. Like usually they're like some clubs actually get him some water. If he wasn't being like aggressive drunk or being a stupid drunk or whatever, he just had a little bit too much. Someone would actually try to feed him something. And then you had the aggressive drunks where you gotta tell homie to chill or you gotta leave. And then you get the ones that don't heed that warning, so he gets attacked by all the bouncers and they take him out of the club. And I can't really speak on what would happen after that if he fought back, if the person fought back. But 99% of the time he ended up going to the hospital.
Because he tripped and fell.
Because he tripped and fell.
Landed somewhere in the parking lot.
Right.
So what's it called? In my experience, for me, it has always been when someone is doing kind of that lean. When they're walking, like when you can tell that they're not able to control their motor functions, like it's time to go. It is time to go. And so kind of like an add-on to that, when was the last time any of you were kicked out of the club? Pat,
Never.
Never.
Yeah, I ain't never got kicked out of the club.
The only time I left the club, for any other reason other than my own, was in the days where someone would play "Down for My Niggas, See Murder" or "Tear the Club Up." And then, niggas would get a little out of control to be on the dance floor, and then, a shove happens, and then next thing you know, you're whooping ass to a beat, and then the cops come in, and they're macing everybody, and you're throwing up on somebody's white wall, that type of shit. And, I think those are the only times I ever left the club, in that way. But, I've never been thrown out of a club, ever, no.
I'll say this, that to add on the Pats. See, I came in the club then, in my clubs over here in Cleveland, Ohio. When it's time to leave the club, if you trying to leave and get out the way because y'all ain't deep enough in there to fend off any attackers or anything like that, you leave when Lil Jon's coming on with B.I.B.
Oh, yeah.
Put your hood up.
Throw it
You know what
up.
I'm saying?
Throw it up.
I seen so many dudes get beat up to put your hood up.
Yeah,
because in Cleveland,
slump too.
Cleveland, like you can live on 142nd, you live on 143rd, live on 144th, live on 141st. All of y'all would be beefing and fighting in the club, but you literally live no more than 1 minute walking from each other.
So
so you're really from the same hood, but in Cleveland, we don't rep hoods, we rep streets. It's different here. It's weird.
Yeah,
it's street.
I understand that. It's like that in the Bronx. In the Bronx, we rep streets and blocks, not
we
hoods.
don't rep hoods. Yeah, it's a street. Like what street you from? I'm from 131st. What street you from? I'm from 105. It's B.
So is that like instead of gangs and stuff like that, you kind of just repped your street?
Now they have there's real gangs, of course, here. Like we got real gangs here. I'm not trying to get them no shine because they real reckless. But as far as anybody else that wasn't involved in any gang thing, like if you're just a regular person, yeah, you would get that. You would catch that work off the street you live on. Like I used to live on Empire, and across the street, like it was a school in the middle of. It was like a huge parking lot because the school had tore down. Across from there, what you can see, it was a street called Columbia. And then we would beef. Like literally, I can walk downstairs, come outside on the porch. You can see across the street Columbia. I can see somebody over there. But yet, never on the same teams when we play games. We wrestling. I'm Demolition, they the Rockers. You know what I'm saying? We can't be Axe and Smash. We can't be Hawk and Animal. We got to be Hawk and they Rick Steiner or something, And, like it's always like that. It's always been like that here in Cleveland. If you ain't in the gang, you definitely rep your street. If y'all ever came here, you'll hear somebody be like, I'm either from Cleveland, I'm from here, I'm either up the way, down the way. And then when you get more specific, they ask them where they're from. I'm from 33rd, I'm from 79th, I'm from 55th, I'm from 100th. Like it goes real. We have so many blocks and stuff like that, but that's that. But in the clubs, the hardest gang you need to stay away from, like Pat was saying, it was them bouncers, man. It's still that way today, man.
Yeah.
Them bouncers put so many people, left them outside sleeping.
I mean, I've cats who got off, like they were looking for a reason to actually fuck somebody up. I mean, I've been around people like that, and it's just
they trash.
Like tell them, yo, chill, yo, just let's get this money and just get out of here. You don't have to hurt everyone unless it's But some cats, sometimes we literally be psychotic, and they just sometimes they'll even start the shit just so they can actually get, just so they actually fuck. It's
so. The first time that I went out, after I moved to Colorado, first time I went out in Denver, I was with a friend, right? And so we were at this is going to shock you because I'm talking about Denver. We're a very white club, right? filled with tons of white people. I know. Don't be too surprised. And so, like, these two guys were just, obviously drunk as fuck and, like, pushing each other in, I guess, what you would call, like, a kind of crowded area. And they were dudes that, like, I mean, I probably could have beat both their asses by myself and, like, without much difficulty. Bro, the bouncers swarmed in on them like they saw Osama bin Laden. Like, yo, they put the beats on them like Dre was outside.
Bouncers don't be man. They don't be playing, man. I never fuck with bouncers.
I actually would love, Pat, don't take this the wrong way. I would love to snuff a bouncer, like an off-duty bouncer.
Yeah, well, you better make sure you snuff them, because if you don't, you gonna catch all that work, bro.
Yeah.
No, I'm
You're gonna get these hands. You're gonna get some hands.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I
man.
done seen bouncers toss motherfuckers, grown ass men with children.
Yeah.
I done seen
Just ragdoll.
No,
I remember the worst thing I seen was, like, no lie, motherfucker was acting all out of line, of course, you know what I'm saying, like that stupid shit that they be like. This is like when I would say, like, over here when Molly was first coming in. So so niggas was on Molly and fucking drinks and shit, and one time one nigga just came in, he came in just fucked up. And he started some shit, and eventually he's like in the bouncer's face, like face to face, breathing, and they were like the same height. So he was like yelling, screaming. The fucking bouncer just touched him. He pushed him, and the bouncer just literally just picked him up and like spine busted him out through a fucking table. I was like, what the? Like, this is some WWE shit, like fucking Batista spine bust. I'm like, god damn, but I can't even be mad. He deserved it. Like, you don't fuck with a bouncer.
Let me ask y'all this. Speaking of bouncers, because when I think of bouncers, and then even in relation to boxing, because it looked like Floyd walk around with bouncers at all times, right? So if we could pick our own boxer bouncers, I'm gonna just say 3. You know what I'm saying? 3. Tell me the 3 boxers that you would use as your own personal. We're gonna bouncers or bodyguards, like your own Great Wall. Who would you use? The 3 boxers you would use?
Joshua would be on my list.
Usyk, Joshua, Wilder.
Usyk,
easy.
Joshua, and Wilder.
Yeah. Wilder, Usyk, and Gassiev. I'm taking. I gotta have the Russians.
Okay.
I gotta have them. I gotta have the Europeans with me.
In my experience, the Russians, and if an establishment is owned by a Russian, you better fucking behave. You know, if you don't, it's almost 100%. You will get fucked up. But in order like something forbidden, if it's owned by a Russian, you behave yourself.
Or you have cocaine.
Yeah.
To give away.
I'd have Joshua. I have Big Baby, and because I want like big brolic niggas that have hands. So like you can't even try to body slam them or nothing like that. They just out muscle you. Like I don't know who the third one would be. Those 2 right there is enough for me. Like build me a wall around fucking a human shield around Joshua and Big Baby. Nobody would get to me.
Better be.
Yeah.
I want heavyweights. Yeah, I want the biggest people possible. Yeah. If they're bouncing for me, they got to be big. I want them all big.
Man, the only one I can think of is like Oliver McCall, because he's legitimately crazy and he gets people, makes people very uneasy, like
all time too, y'all. Y'all can use any. It ain't got to be today.
All time. Oh, okay.
Any 3 boxers could be your bouncer.
I would take.
Oh yeah,
I think I would still take Joshua. One. I would fucking take Riddick Bowe as my bouncer. 2.
Tyson.
That was one of mine.
And then Ikabeabuchi for me. They'll run up my 3.
Ooh, yeah.
Okay,
yeah, you're right.
So,
Foreman. Give me Foreman.
Shit. Pete took 2 of mine. Give me Andrew Galata. Give me Lennox Lewis. And give me give me Ernie Shavers.
Ernie, ooh.
No, I wouldn't take Lennox. Simply no disrespect to Lennox, but you got a sound menacing too.
All right.
Menacing.
Replace Lennox with Larry Holmes.
Lennox or Larry Holmes.
Yep.
All right.
So Galata, Holmes, and Ernie Shavers.
You know what? Non-heavyweights. I'm taking Canelo. I'm taking Julian Jackson, and I'm taking Superman.
All right, non-heavyweight.
So for me, hold on, let me get my 3. So for my 3, I'm going with. See, I don't want to say Tyson because you already used Tyson.
I'm going with James Toney for me.
Oh, I'm gonna go with.
Damn.
So I'm going with. So I'm gonna start it off with. Let me see. I don't want to use a heavyweight that you already used. If I use any heavyweight, non-heavyweight, because I was gonna say if I use heavyweight, I was gonna say 70s George Foreman. But if we do a non-heavyweight, I need Foreman with the. I don't need Foreman with the grill. I need Foreman with the fro.
Yeah,
I need the
Foreman with the grill.
Even 90s Foreman would fuck up normal human beings. So.
Yeah, but he ain't had as much movement. He was a little stiff at that point. I need the prime furious Foreman. I need Foreman. I need Sonny Liston, and I need Mike Tyson. Yeah. But since we ain't going heavyweight, I'm gonna go with Tommy Hearns because I want an unassuming guy around me that you ain't gonna ever expect. A little skinny, wiry dude that'll put you to sleep. You know, I want him. The other guy I would have is. I wouldn't say James Toney for me because I'm gonna be talking. Me and James Toney might get in an argument. So I don't get in the argument with people. I need to be quiet. So let me see. My second fighter I'm gonna take is Matisse. The reason I'm gonna take Matisse because nobody will be expecting somebody that looks like Matisse to hit you as hard as Matisse is gonna hit you.
Yeah. Yo, so off that.
Damn, that's a good one.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Matisse, and then my third, I'm gonna take Tank. And the reason I'm gonna take Tank because Tank is gonna be the most unobvious of all of them. He's what 5'5".
Right, he gonna be like
5'3".
Gonna get into something.
Extremely fast hands, extreme power. Tank. We'd probably have to hold him back. I'd be holding him back. I'd be his bodyguard at that point. You know,
I'd be like, Tank, he mad at me, not you, nigga.
Right. So I think that the Matisse, Tommy Hearns, Gervonta Davis will be able to get me through a lot of places because my team is unassuming. But
Vodnikov might be up there too because you know he gonna take one and keep coming.
Yeah. And so who was the guy that was being in like 2009? He was labeled as like the next dude to fight Manny Pacquiao. Then he killed his wife.
Edwin Valero.
Yeah, and he killed himself in jail.
Edwin Valero.
Yep, Valero. Yep. So for my non-heavyweight, I want a crazy motherfucker like that. This one's gonna sound strange to you guys, but Triple G, because
he look like he'll carry your bags.
Unassuming white guy to protect this unassuming white guy. And fuck. So who?
No guys, no fighting. No fight.
No fight. You all good boy.
Good boy.
So just like another and like you need like a scary motherfucking looking dude. Shit. This is harder than I expected.
Right.
Someone at 154 or something like that. Tito. Give me Tito.
Trinidad.
Tito.
I was thinking that.
Yeah, give me someone that with one like check left hook can ruin someone's life. Knock all the teeth out their mouth.
Okay, here's my 3 non-heavyweights.
Okay.
Ricardo Mayorga. I want a crazy one.
You know what?
Ricardo Mayorga was one. Second, give me Hagler. Give me Hagler, a guy on a rough, mean streak that'll fuck you up, but not too crazy. And thirdly, give me that one-hitter quitter, Julian Jackson.
Yep.
And he's not the loud spoken either. The quiet little accent and fuck with that right hand will fuck you up. You won't even overcome.
Yeah. My only thing with the Hawk, because I know he got picked twice, is the only thing about the Hawk for me, and it's almost with the Hitman, but the only thing is I wouldn't want them to miss.
Because they going yeah.
I'm just saying.
Who?
I don't want them to miss.
I'm tempted. I'm so
The Hawk will
tempted
go
to
to
actually.
sleep.
I'm like, maybe I'm also like right on the bubble is McClellan. Like right on the bubble.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. McClellan, a bad motherfucker.
One dude I'd have just because he'll have the old man knowledge, but if it come down to it, he had the old man strength. Yep, that was just I was getting. Yep.
D-Hop?
Who?
D-Hop the type that he'll try to diffuse it, and then if y'all just want to take it, then he's like, man, all right, man, hold my drink, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't know, because
Nah,
people like D-Hop.
Nah,
Like,
I mean, he'll probably headbutt them before he punches them.
that's what I'm saying. He'll try to diffuse it, and then he do.
he's fighting too long.
Yo,
By that time, somebody be able to grab me. I need somebody that's gonna put you down real quick. D-Hop gonna try to fight for 20 minutes.
Yeah, I'm saying.
We're talking about the B-Hop that threw down the Puerto Rican flag in Puerto Rico. Like that dude.
Yeah, the executioner, right?
Yeah. So, Pat, who's your 3 non-heavyweights?
Oh man, let's see. I said James Toney. Let's see. Oh yeah, the dude that bodied Antoine Douglas that went to prison because he was in organized crime.
Oh, the what's it called?
Castides or whatever.
Castides, yeah.
That nigga was legitimately a killer. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't playing the role.
Allegedly. Allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly, but he's in jail because of this alleged, this alleged crime. And then a third one, and third non-heavy. It's a good. Let's see. Go down then. Let's see. I would say Matthew Saad Muhammad, but granted he was a hard puncher, but he taking a lot of shots. But he was a killer though. Fuck it, I'm gonna stick with Matthew Saad Muhammad. There we go.
Man,
all right, so
you're bringing up Curtidas, man.
Go
ahead.
Nah, I'm about to say you got somebody unassuming motherfucker who will knock you the fuck out of David Lemieux too.
Manny.
David Lemieux,
Yeah.
Manny?
Yeah.
Nah, man. I don't see Manny knocking out too many people much bigger, man. Not regular people. Like
Manny look like he'll be bought. You know what I'm saying? He'll switch sides on you depending on the dollar, man.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, I don't want no volume punchers. I need one-hitter quitters on my bodyguard squad. Like, I need to have enough time that they're going to put a couple people down so I can run, get in the whip, and pull off or something if I have to. I don't need them going 10 rounds against casuals. So I was going to say Floyd. I was going to say Tevin Farmer. I was going to say all that, and I thought about it before I did because, man, Floyd would be out there on the back foot by that time,
I mean, Floyd, he'd be a good bodyguard. No slander here.
But speaking of Curtidas, and I know we're about to get ready to wrap it up, let me ask this, and we'll probably go on the next show about this, though. Speaking of Curtidas and Antoine Douglas, have we seen somebody get their career ended like that? Because to me, like I said, when I first seen that fight, his career was over.
Yeah.
He beat literally all the rest. He beat the next 25 fights out of Antoine Douglas.
Yeah. I mean, it was one of those ones where, the prime was gone within one fight because Antoine Douglas was a prospect. I mean, he wasn't doing any the corner didn't pull him out, and he got Antoine Douglas, he's a ruined fighter now. He's a ruined young fighter, and it's a damn shame too. I mean, the only other fight that I would say that was real was Glenn Tapia against Kirkland. That was
Glenn Tapia took crazy. Glenn Tapia. Is he still fighting? Did he retire yet? Or did they suspend his license?
Unfortunately, he's still fighting. Unfortunately.
He said unfortunately.
Damn.
I mean, the last
time
we saw him fight, he got like destroyed by Rosado.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
who
yeah,
should be fighting
yeah.
his damn self.
That's another example of someone losing their prime within one fight. You know, because Glenn Tapia was a prospect. He was a legit prospect, and then Kirkland just beat the absolute shit out of him. I mean, he went to the trial that night. That's how bad that beating was. Brutal shit.
He lost his last 4 fights, man. They got to get Glenn Tapia out of here because, like you said, against Kirkland, he was supposed to be that dude. He was supposed to be that dude, and fighting James Kirkland is something that pretty much only El Perro can get away with that. You know,
and Gula got a beating too. You know, for his troubles. You know, I think Kirkland is the only one that did not get a beating from Kirkland from an untrained Kirkland. You know, and Kirkland ruined that boy. It's sad. Tapia talking from one side of his mouth. I mean, he's slow. Everything that you shouldn't be licensed, but you know, boxing is a dirty sport sometimes.
Yeah, you know what? I want to thank y'all too because I remember in our chat y'all mentioned that fight about a year or so ago, and I went back and watched it, and I was like, God damn, you know, I was like, that was a prime ass whooping. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Tapia came out the first round and actually put hands on Kirkland.
Yeah, he did.
And then everything was downhill from there.
Yeah.
But what happened was
Kirkland packed too much firepower. But like he said, and y'all know I do my wrestling analogies. I don't know if y'all watch wrestling nowadays, but maybe some of our fans do. But
I still do.
I still watch.
I still keep my head in there.
So I equate James Kirkland with Ann Wolf and James Kirkland without Ann Wolf almost to like at that time of his career, almost to like Finn Balor and then the Demon Balor. That's how I equate it. Like Ann Wolf, I understand that she's supposed to have made that much of an impact for James Kirkland, but if that's the case, how good was James Kirkland? Because it's like I always thought that he had potential to be a monster, but we never really got to see that out of him unless Ann Wolf was bringing it out.
Do you remember this?
Ann Wolf with Kirkland was like Mr. Fuji with Yokozuna. You know, like those two were just built to be together. Like you can't have one without the other. When you have one without the other, it's lame.
Do y'all remember the kind of like the HBO promo video that they did for Kirkland and Wolf? And one of the quotes from Ann Wolf was, "You might be able to run fast, but your ass ain't running faster than a truck." And then they showed like they had him fucking running and hitting the heavy bag that was attached to a truck with a truck behind it. Mm-hmm. Like she was trying to kill that dude in training. Like the thing about Ann Wolf is that if you got through a training camp with her, you would want to knock the other dude out so bad that maybe you wouldn't have to go through training camp again, like ever.
Yeah.
Wolf is shit, man.
No, she was nice. She was nice for sure.
Yeah, but I'm about to go ahead and wrap this thing up. Pause.
Oh yeah, you can definitely do that. Let me get one more thing out, like I said, before we get to the next show. Shout out to my boy Robert Easter coming back against Ranches Barthélemy. We're 3 years too late for this fight, but you know Barthélemy got to get this work because Easter got to get back into the win column. He haven't fought since he fought Mikey Garcia, so we definitely need to get that W over Barthélemy. That'd be a good W to get back in the win column and then see what he do. I know, Pat, you were saying that Barthélemy at 140, so that it will be interesting. Is Robert Easter going to stay at 135, or is he going to go 140? I personally think he need to stay at 135, but
140.
I don't think we need to go up there yet. I don't think the power is going to come with them because up at 140 against the Regis, Josh Taylors, Like I don't want to see Robert
Yeah.
Easter versus
And
them
you know
just
what?
yet.
I'm looking at the rankings, and the rankings was updated last Friday, and in the WBA, the belt that Lomachenko holds, Bartholomew is second, and Easter is third. So it seemed like the winner of this will be elevated to the mandatory slot for the fight against Loma.
Against Loma?
Fight. Yeah,
Come on,
that's
man.
right.
Don't put an Ohio player versus the Matrix.
I'm just saying. And Teofimo Lopez, he's up
Hey,
to 4. He's up to 4. So it's Crolla, Bartholomew, Easter, and then Lopez.
I'm not picking none of them over Robert Easter. I'm not picking Teofimo Lopez over Robert Easter.
Ooh, what? Ooh. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you right. I mean, you know what? I want to see. I want to see somebody bring the dog out of Lopez first.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to see more before I put him up there.
So wait, who's above Teofimo again? Teofimo's 4th.
Yeah, it's Easter at 3, Bartholomew at 2, and Crolla at 1 for the WBA belt.
One of these fighters is not like the other.
Yeah. Say it.
Corolla.
Go ahead and say it.
I was gonna say Corolla. Like,
hey, don't talk shit about my car.
Yeah. I was like he is the boxing. Corolla is the boxing version of a Toyota Corolla. Just
again, do not talk shit about my car.
Hey, I used to have a Corolla. I used to have a Corolla. I'm just saying.
Corolla crew in the house.
I ain't gonna front, Smoke. When you say you had a Corolla, I was like, yo, I just kept thinking of the 90s Corolla. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I really got to worry about him, man. Loma about to relieve him of his title anyway.
So speaking of comebacks, Samuel Peter will be on the undercard of the Shields. The Shields, Clarissa Shields, and Christina Hammer.
The Nigerian Nightmare is back?
Yeah, he will be.
That was my boy.
He is back.
That was my boy. I gotta see Samuel Peters, man.
In 2019.
Yes,
I gotta see him, man.
As I said on Friday, yes.
Yeah, I gotta see him.
Yep. So I seen that. I seen Porter talking about how he's expecting to face Spence next. You think this is actually like being serious, or is he just talking? You think he's just talking?
He talking.
And he's talking about pay-per-view. I'm like, I don't want to see a Spence Porter on pay-per-view.
I mean,
no. On pay-per-view, it'll be a good fight, but
it's not pay-per-view worthy.
No, it's not. Let me stop bullshit with y'all. It's not. I'm trying to be Mr. Different, but nah.
I mean, that would be great though, because then there's Spence against Porter, unification fight. That frees up Manny. Manny can fight Thurman, and then the winner face off. Like that. Like this is basic. This is simple mathematics.
It's too easy for PBC to make that up. You know, I mean,
too easy. But I'm saying, like I feel like we should be matchmakers. I'm about to like fucking apply to PBC for like maybe like be an intern, like fucking just slip letters under Al Heyman's door, like just giving like simple equations like for PBC fights and matchmaking.
Yo.
Hey, that might be a topic tomorrow. Hey, let's be PBC matchmakers. You know what I'm saying?
Let me tell you this. I could, and then we should wrap up, but I could take a bunch of acid. You guys could give me the PBC roster. Wait until it kicks in, and I would come up with better fucking matches than what they're putting on our TV now. Save from on Sunday. And I said a bunch of acid, not just a little bit, like a lot.
Hey, you in Denver, y'all can do whatever the hell y'all gotta do there, bro. But yeah, man. I you know, like I said, tomorrow that could be a topic. That Gotti versus Broner, that might be a poll that we might need to see what the fans think of that. That's debatable. I think that'll be a good debate between who may win. But again, We will see y'all tomorrow night. I'm gonna let everybody go around the room. I'm gonna go around the room, let everybody get their thoughts off. Then, as usual, news gonna take us home.
What up,
Then-
y'all? It's your boy. It's your boy Smoke from at Free Smoke Boxing. Go check out my Instagram page. If you like the logo, shoot me a DM and I'll hook you up with a t-shirt. You only need to pay for shipping. Holla at me.
Yeah. What's good, y'all? It's Pascal, the New England representative. And as always, like I said, keep loving Pat Scorpio because Pat Scorpio loves y'all. Love, peace, and soul. All right, peace.
Jimi Hendrix ass outro.
What up, y'all? You already know this is your boy P. Find me on Instagram and Twitter at Bodega Boxing. Fuck with me.
Coming from Hell's Kitchen.
All right, y'all. It's your boy News representing Ringside Rave all day. Y'all know what it is with me, man. Thank y'all for tuning in for the episode 36 of the Fade Hour. This was the Rave-Mix, pretty much where we just go in and just, freestyle and go off the top of the head and, discuss whatever's on our mind. Y'all never know what we might talk about. So we'll definitely be bringing y'all more of these when it's a lull in boxing. That way we ain't just drawing out the same topics over and over. And with that being said, because I talked enough for tonight, we'll see y'all tomorrow, 10 p.m. Eastern time. Same place, same time. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify. I'm out.
Yeah.
One.
Yeah.